Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. Welcome to the Market Update Show. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to make money in crypto, like and subscribe to this channel. If you need the best research in the business, head over to tokenmetrics.com. Emmanuel OG Contra, welcome. Welcome to the show. Wow. So interesting market today. Let's start with a story. Last night, I was in a trading competition that was broadcast live. It was me and Forrest. So I was like, what should I do? Well, I decided to do a long and short strategy. I decided to be short Bitcoin and DeFi index and long Solana. And then I looked at the screen this morning and yeah, the shorts are kind of working, but the long isn't. So what's my point? The point is we're in a kind of a market where it feels like everything you do is wrong, right? So the title of the stream for December 10th is, altcoin dump. How do I survive? So Wald, okay, Jesus Rodriguez, Bobby Walsh, Taz, always nice to have you here. And without further noise, let's kick in to the market update. Okay. So December 10th, here we are. Let's discuss legacy assets. The ARK Innovation Fund. What's that? Well, it's a fund set up by a smart person named Cathie Woods, who's great at speculating in, the altcoins of the stock market. Now, the stock market, the S&P is at all-time highs, but the ARK Innovation Fund continues to fall apart. This morning on Zero Hedge, there was an article that Cathie Woods is doing some soul searching about why their funds are underperforming. When I hear that, I'm like, what happens when they get done soul searching? Could selling be involved? Gee, I sure hope not. But we have to consider that possibility because even though legacy stock indices are doing okay, there's a lot of sort of rot below the indices. Let's talk about the ARK Innovation Next Generation Internet Fund. You're like, what's that? Well, it's an ETF from Cathie Woods' company that has 8% of it in GBTC. Now, in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the latest rally or short squeeze, and then this fund has turned around and gone back down. So it filled the gap. Okay, everybody thought everything was okay. And then today, it's not. Now, the orange line, I'm calling this the possible bowling ball out the window formation. So the bowling ball goes out the window, bounces on something, and then heads for the street. Is that true in this case? I don't know, but we definitely want to keep an eye on what? Legacy players who own Bitcoin. Will they take profits? Will they tax loss sell? Will they panic sell and take profits to offset losses elsewhere? So I'm going to be tracking these ARK funds for the rest of the year. Now, to crypto. Total crypto market cap, I've been like, yay, yay, yay. It's holding 2.6 trillion and it's going higher. Now I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Why? Because it broke below 2.6 trillion. It came back to it, just like the ARK funds, and then it's failing. And then I looked back at September, right, on the left-hand side, and I was like, oh no, this is the level where it failed at during Rectember. So is today noise? Is it just a Friday dump of people taking profits and tax loss selling? Or could this be, frankly, a bigger shit show into the middle of this month? I think we got to start considering or looking at the idea that this decline could have legs. Galaxy Digital, my favorite leading indicator in crypto. I wanted it to hold around 26. It's not holding. Okay, 3 or 4 consecutive red candles. And this was the point back in May where the stock basically died and then cratered in June and July. So speculative equities, Galaxy Digital, not doing well. Total crypto market cap has resistance. So before I get going on 40 slides and before you get too upset, let me just say it this way. If you're looking at crypto and you have investments, my attitude on, stuff that you might want to buy is let someone else buy it. Let the buyers come in and make green candles and prove themselves before you get involved. Conversely, if you're in something and you're losing money and you don't know what to do and you don't see buyers stepping in, remember, December is weird. Tax loss selling is real. So you want to start seeing green candles, and if not, don't be a deer in the headlights, right? Act accordingly if you need to, because the best investment strategy is the one that helps you sleep at night. I wanted to give you that information before I basically, unloaded 40 slides. I wanted to give it to you at the beginning. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin went down. It wicked lower. It came back, but nobody was willing to pay higher prices. So everybody was like, oh yeah, I'll grab some Bitcoin at 43 or 45K on the wick lower. But nobody stepped in and was like, okay, yeah, 50K, I want it. Nobody did that. That resulted in Bitcoin kind of making this sideways consolidation. In other words, no trend developed. Now, in chart speak, it was an ABC correction. It's like something that happens in between or a break period that signals a trend could continue. So, Bitcoin, owned as a legacy asset, we're an altcoin firm. Bitcoin is holding relatively well today, but what's Bitcoin going to do over, say, the next 2 weeks? Is it going to go to 52 or 42? I'm kind of leaning more towards 42 based on this chart. And again, you have to ask yourself, if Bitcoin is at 42, where is the altcoin that I'm worried about? Am I buying more? Am I stopping out? Start thinking about this over the weekend. Okay, Ethereum, down, but not the end of the world. You probably have a lot of people hiding in this. It's probably some natural support is at 3860. All right. And, big Ethereum is, seemingly holding up fairly well. Doesn't look like the end of the world. If anything, Ethereum has the power to save the entire market. So, if Ethereum holds up and there are green candles, then all the want that I just gave you, you may not have to worry about it. Because Ethereum saved the market once and it may save the market again. Now, if Ethereum doesn't save the market, okay, and I happen to not be on television, then I want you to remember my New Jersey accent in your head telling you to act accordingly to protect yourself. But let's keep our fingers crossed that ETH saves the day. Now, where are people in deep shit, frankly? And I think, the deep doo-doo is DeFi 1.0, the governance tokens of the original pioneers in DeFi. Okay, last night on the trading show, I was like, look, my highest conviction idea is to be long certain layer ones, right? It's probably AVAX, Phantom, Near, ETH, somewhere in that group, and short this DeFi index against that. Chainlink is not trading well, another warning sign. All these governance tokens, you have to ask yourself, what's the tokenomics? What is the catalyst for these things to go up now or ever? If you can't answer that question and short sellers are attacking, then the move in DeFi 1.0 could be shocking. And if you need to hedge your portfolio and you need to get short something, okay, then this might be the thing, not investment advice. So what I'm trying to say is, if there's something out there that if this down move gets worse, what's the worst looking chart that I've got? I think it's this DeFi perp futures contract, because this looks like an accident going someplace to happen. Right now, it's close to 10K, and the low was 5K back in June and July. So this has got a lot of room to go lower. And frankly, I actually think it could go below 5K if this down move is like, say, something that lasts a month. If it lasts like the entire rest of December and possibly even into the first week of January. This stuff is in trouble, and people like vanilla buyers on Coinbase are loaded up on this stuff thinking it's like blue chip stocks when it's not. Now let's talk something slightly happier, Avalanche. Avalanche looks like it's holding at the 62% retracement of its recent up move near 84. Quite simply, I think if Avalanche, if the market goes down, there are going to be dip buyers in Avalanche. If the market only goes down a little on up days, that's probably when you're going to get bigger rallies in Avalanche. So if you're out there and you've got capital, or you need to move capital around, not investment advice, but you need to think about what are the top layer ones and where am I comfortable parking money, okay, so that when the market does go back up, I'm in position to do well, okay? I'm thinking that if AVAX holds either 84 or 76, AVAX would fit into the area where, it's a good parking lot for money. Again, not investment advice. Okay, huge bummer in Solana. Solana is taking out 180. It looks like this story about venture capitalists potentially taking profits is happening. So if Solana gets back above 180, no biggie. It's just a stop fishing exercise. Okay, if you see Solana start to deteriorate, develop a plan. Because one of the things you have to remember into the end of the year, as I said earlier, what is over-owned? Where do people have the most profits? This thing went from 20 to 260. So, do you think people care if they take profits at 180? No. But a small trader might care if they FOMO'd in at 220 and then it goes to 130. So whichever group you're in, whether it's profit takers or bag holders, it's all right. It's okay. Just make sure that you know what to do if it doesn't recover above 180. Now, if something actually looks good, it seems like Phantom, right? This was all the way up at 3.5. It started at 50 cents, and now it's back near $1.40, which is a big fib number. And there's also support below that at $1.15. So if this is a layer one that's fast that our guys like, that gets hit into support like Avalanche, this is something for a shopping list. Near, all right, nothing outperforms forever. Near was like the new Avalanche, where it actually went up when the market was going down. Near is something that we like fundamentally as a layer one protocol. So if there is, again, something you put on your shopping list and you see Near holding, $9.20 after doing that huge flush that it did all the way down to 6, okay, you could see people piling into this at the end of the year. In other words, there's going to be a parking lot for money in crypto. Like Matic is another parking lot. It's up today as the market is down on December 10th. So you want to be looking at charts and have shopping lists and say, all right, if there aren't that many up trades, what up trades can I do? Near is candidate to see if it holds up despite market corrections. I also have a suspicion that if ETH holds up and ETH saves the market, that's going to give Phantom and Near a chance to move up. MetaHero, something our AI likes, okay? It's trading right around the 38% retracement at roughly 20 cents, right? Just below that at, 19 cents. So how do I want to play these speculative coins that our AI likes? Well, it's pretty clear from the wicks I see on this chart that there are buyers below 20 cents. Okay, that's great. That's great. But let someone else buy it. Okay, wicks down and back look nice, but there has to be a follow-through green candle. Like, show me the green candle. Show me that someone wants to pay up, in quotes, to get this. Then you get involved. Okay. In other words, our AI may see a trend and a dip. Okay. In the past, that's bullish, right? But again, do you want to get hosed for the holidays? That should have been the title for the stream, right? Do you want to be hosed for the holidays? No, you don't. So let's wait for green candles. Oh my God, speaking for green candles, I've got to check myself before I wreck myself in Polkadot. Okay, I said 38 would hold, 33. Now it's at 24. Okay, it bounces off 24. I think everything is okay. Now this thing is going back to 24. Now, do I want to just like throw in the towel and say negative things about Polkadot after it's down? It's lost half of its value since November. Not really. But you have to be aware. Okay, you have to say to yourself, all right, if this goes below 24, what am I going to do? Am I going to hodl or am I going to panic? Okay, I know there's a huge amount of Polkadot fans. It has like a core fan base. I've been talking about interoperability. And if you're out there going, gee, Bill, I don't know what the answer to that question is. You know what? To be completely honest with you, neither do I, right? It's like, if this thing goes below 24, do I hit the panic button? Right now, I'm telling you this. I know people don't want wishy-washy content on YouTube, right? So I get it. This thing's below 24. There's probably not only a problem with Polkadot, but the rest of the market. But what I wanted to communicate to you is if you're confused, don't beat yourself up. You've got a lot of company. All right, folks, that is the market update. I do have altcoin overtime. So let's stop the screen sharing and see if I can take a look at what questions I have. Jonah said, I thought it was going to be a good Christmas. It may be. You may get to bargain hunt at Christmas. But you are right. A lot of people were expecting a parabolic up move in December. And the parabolic up move may come after a decline. Is that decline going to be 1 day, 1 week, or 2 weeks? We have to wait and see. I don't want to get all bearish on a red day, but I do want to get you ready for discount shopping if it happens. Okay, Immutable X, views on SAND and HNT. Okay, SAND we're going to cover. Okay, HNT I looked at before the stream. It's not in altcoin overtime, but I think in HNT, you know, the way that was sort of like pumped and then they unloaded on it, I think you got to be careful that people in helium are not taking profits. Could be a good buying opportunity, but again, you got a lot of people who own that at 15 cents. Okay, no XRP news. Don't worry. I've got that in altcoin overtime. Okay, let's go to altcoin overtime because I think I can answer a lot of these questions with some of the charts that I've got in here. Okay, Chainlink. It was a range between 23 and 37. Chainlink went to 18, printed 23. The old floor became a ceiling and Chainlink came off. This is an ominous sign for DeFi 1.0. Sandbox, here's my theory on the metaverse. Ready? Let someone else buy it. Don't catch the falling knife if you don't have to. So if Sandbox turns around and it's metaverse game on, you'll know. You'll know. We did this trade. You know, we saw the green. We saw this thing just, you know, go parabolic. But, you know, now it's just kind of slumping. So with Sandbox, you know, does it pay to wait until it goes back to 4 to get it? My colleague Forrest was like, hey, when it comes to altcoins, when it comes to any of this stuff, make them puke it out to you at incredible bargains, right? If you say to yourself, I'm going to put an order in at a level, so if I'm going to wait for, say, Sandbox to go to 4 before I think about entering, or that's where I'm going to put my buy orders, not investment advice, then it's almost healthy for you to say, oh, goody, I hope the market goes down and gets to my level. Now, if you're holding Sandbox and you bought it at 7, obviously you're hoping that, 4 doesn't happen. Okay. Now, if that's your hope, you got to see green, not wicks, green candles. I want to see green. Decentraland, same thing. Okay. Yeah. There were buyers down 3.5 when it was wicking lower, but where are the green candles? There's support in this at $2.50. So if they blow out the market, there could be a huge opportunity, right? The after Christmas sale, right? In other words, where are your buy orders for the metaverse? If they're going to puke this out, that's an opportunity for you. Now, if you don't have any capital left, you may have to rearrange positions so you can take advantage of any possible drop. Don't ruin your holiday. Don't. Okay, Cardano. A lot of people involved in this, and I know there's probably a lot of people getting hurt here because the whole post-July rally is slowly but surely getting unwound, and rallies are getting sold. Support is at $1.24. Okay, there is some support at $1.20 below that. I'm telling you right now, you want to see support hold in Cardano. I do not want to see Cardano below $1.20 because if you do, I think you're going to see it below $1, right? If people start giving up here like they were giving up in DeFi, I'm almost a little bit afraid of what happens. And for the sake of all the YouTube crowd that's involved in this, honestly, I hope it holds. Really. All right. If it doesn't, act accordingly. Act accordingly, right? In other words, if you weren't involved, okay, wait for them to run all the stops before you get involved. Make the buyers prove it to you. Okay. Phantom, we covered this before. There's support near $1.43 and support below that at $1.15. Layer 1 protocols may be the way to go if there's discount shopping available. People were asking about Seek VR, right? From 0 to $1.20 back to 50 cents. I'm showing support at 47 cents. Okay. That's the 62% retracement of the move up. Now back to DeFi 1.0 synthetics, right? I got to eat my words on this. I thought that synthetics was going to be a part of the future of derivatives on the blockchain, right? Wrong. I was talking about this when it was at anywhere between 9 and 11. This thing is now at 5. Support is at 4.5. Do you realize that synthetics is now down for the year? Okay. 2021, the average move up in any coin was like 10x, and synthetics is down for the year. Think about that for a second. Okay. Support is at 4.5 and 2.5. Vulcan Forged. People wanted to buy it on the way up. People sold it up at the top. They got lucky around 44. Then now it wicked lower, but no follow through, right? Where are the green, solid green candlesticks? If you don't see it, then you got to look below and say, all right, when everyone goes to puke this out, where am I going to get it? Am I going to get it at 18 or 16 on any of these Gann lines? Okay. Now, it's not necessarily a price prediction, but you'll know when buyers come in and take control. And if this has got 2 weeks of getting hammered, if you miss the metaverse trade, somewhere in here, there's going to be possibly a discount day in the metaverse. Illuvium, a lot of people asking about this. Okay, this is a high quality coin. It's trading just below support. To me, it feels like it's slipping a little. Is it a disaster? No. But, you want to be mindful of, say, the 1250 space, because that was a prior ceiling. You want it to act as a floor. And if it doesn't, okay, you have to ask yourself, am I hodling this It is a big cap coin. And if I hodl it, can I tolerate a move to 1,000? This is a good time for what I call the huddle speech. Everybody says they want to hodl until it goes down 30% in their face. So if you're going to hodl, ask yourself, look at the P&L and say, okay, if this goes down, will I tolerate it or will I panic at the bottom? Okay, markets like this can create a lot of stress, particularly since this is a time of year where no one wants stress. People want to wind it down. Okay, Engine coin ENJ, a lot of support near $2.17. It wicked down there. It may return down there. Okay, if you're long this coin, you definitely want to see 217 hold. A lot of people asking me about Sol. Okay, support was at 221. This was looking okay 2 days ago. And then this thing smashed through support. Then today, it looked like it was going to be okay. It rushed up to 221 and then came back off. Again, buyers got to prove that they want to pay higher prices. So it's got to be above support, okay, with a green candle, a solid one. Okay, Luna. Okay, now we love this. We got involved early. This went up. This tried to rally today and got slammed. Right? What does this tell you? That means that people taking profits are out there. Synthetics chart will tell you that people are doing tax loss selling. Okay, there doesn't have to be an explanation in December for why things are moving. For example, I saw a tweet today that said, Evergrande went bankrupt. Inflation is out of control. I thought this was supposed to be the reason for crypto's existence to begin with. Shouldn't this be good for crypto? Yeah, it might be, right? You might come next week and it's fine. Okay, cool. All right. But if it isn't, right, don't fight the tape. It's an old saying. Don't fight the tape. If people are out there taking profits and doing tax loss selling, you want to make sure you're always reevaluating what you've got. Now, people asking for XRP. So let me repeat what I've been saying about this coin. If you are long this coin, you are betting on a legislative or judicial outcome. You are betting that, you're betting on lawyers is what you're betting. Okay. In the meantime, all right, XRP is below, it's outside of its normal range. Okay. And it failed when it tested that range at 87 cents. Support at 80 cents. And honestly, there may be a lot of people who may lose patience with this. So, if there's a regulatory catalyst that's positive, obviously it's going up. If it's below 80 cents, it's hard for me to find something positive from a TA point of view. Now, Gala, a lot of people asking about this. I wanted to see it above 55 cents, and it can't get there. Okay, so when you have something that moves from 5 cents to 80 and you want to go back up, you want to see buyers in charge. If not, you slip a buy order below at 35 cents, not investment advice. Go back to what Forrest said. Make them sell it to you at a great price. Matic. Okay, Matic. So everybody gave up on this. It went from $1.42 to $2.50. Our AI likes this as kind of a parking lot for money, along with like Decentraland and Sandbox. So, if Matic takes off, it would be this very telling sign of what we've seen all along, which is that some parts of the market can go up while others go down. So if Monday morning we're coming in and everything's going up, who knows? Matic could make a new high. Right? I'm certainly not going to fade Matic at this level, right? Yeah, there's resistance. People may take profits, but when this thing is holding as well as it is and our AI likes it, if you're long Matic, I don't know, you can stay with the trade. You can put a stop in or whatever. The bottom line is something is always working. Kramer on CNBC says there's always a bull market somewhere. That bull market may be in Matic, and near in the short term. Okay. Now, KDA, this is tricky, right? From $4 to 28 cents back to 11 cents. I'm sorry, $11. $11. Support is anywhere between 9.5 and 11. Every time there's a green candle, there's a red candle. Okay. I'm not really in the mood to catch the falling knife. Okay. But when it comes to like being a smart, bullish person, if you've got capital to deploy, maybe there's either a flush down that lets you discount shop, say below $9, or you see a solid green candle, Bitcoin and ETH turnaround, and then you can say, all right, they've killed it. Now the bulls are back in charge. Are the bulls in charge of the market? Cube, very interesting chart with support near 13. I think if any of these coins feel like they're going to hold, famous last words, I'm hoping it's Cube because I really like this Elliott wave setup. So if 13 holds, Cube has got upside potential, okay, because it's done this sort of wind it up thing. Okay, folks, that is altcoin overtime. Did I miss anything on HNT? Okay, no, you did not. Let's call up the chart program. I talked about HNT. I know that, that's a big token metrics stock where people made, like serious life-changing money. So let's talk about helium. All right, hopefully everybody can see my screen. All right, helium has reached an important support point at 30. All right, so I'm going to mark up the chart so people can see it. I'm going to get rid of any noise on here. So resistance was up here at 61. Okay, it failed, and now it's coming back down and holding support. Now, this coin has been so strong that who's going to argue that this might be the discount shopping? In other words, if you missed it on the way up, you essentially have a 50% markdown. So I understand if you're worried, and I get a lot more worried if it crashed through, say, 25. But honestly, after getting it marked down 50%, am I going to say helium is no good? No, I'm not. I mean, you want to be careful. You don't want to get killed. You do want to see buyers show up, like everything else. But, with a quality coin with a 50% markdown, that might be something that you at least look at. You have to pay attention to support at 30. All right, now let's see if we've got any questions. Oh, by the way, folks, please hit the like button. I gave you all coin overtime because I know you like it. And I'm taking some questions. So, if you're looking to get your question answered, or I've answered your question, please hook me up. Hi, Bill from a far off land. Appreciate that. Why is Aave crushing so hard? It's the best one of the best protocol out there. And I've got somebody asking for a chart of Compound. All right. So the world of pain in DeFi 1.0. Okay. This is Compound. I mean, some of this stuff is getting hit so hard, it's hard to scale the chart. Okay. Now, Compound is back almost to where the entire rally started from back in late January. Compound is currently at this time below its June low. So I guess it's tough to sell it near support. So here's what I've told people about DeFi. Let me get the candles so you can see them better. Okay. It's one thing when you see people buy dips. Okay. And what do I always say? If you can buy a dip and make money, it's a bull market. But what happens if you buy a dip and you can't make money? That means sellers are in control. So today is not necessarily a disaster in Compound, but why is it getting hit? Probably tax loss selling. I mean, again, the entire year in compound, this has done nothing but go down. So pretty much anybody that's bought compound in 2021, most of them are now losing money. Think about that, right? When I say something's down for the year, you go, oh, okay, well, what does that mean? That means that you got people who are hoes and they are hurting. And I feel for you out there. And that's why I'm charting these stocks. I'm sorry, these coins. And I knew we were going to be charting all of this stuff probably until further notice. Now, somebody's asking about Aave. Okay, let me go to a 2-day chart or a 3-day chart to try to get a better time frame. All right, so the good news in Aave is that there's support. This is a 3-day chart, so let me get it marked right. There's a 3-day chart, okay? And Aave is down so much, it's hard to fit it all on one screen. So back in mid-January, Aave was around 160. Aave currently is at 173. Okay. Is Aave going to hold support? Gee, I sure hope so. But you got to start asking yourself, why is Aave trading like this? There could be a problem with the tokenomics. Is it a great protocol? Can you go to Aave and do things and make money? Yes, you can. But the Aave governance token is not a stock. You don't own anything. You have a governance token. It's not like you own stock in Apple and the earnings of that protocol help make the stock go up. So I'm not an expert on the tokenomics of, DeFi tokens. But when I look at this, I say to myself, this is a problem with tokenomics. Okay. Time and ohm, what is happening? Disaster or normal shake from Sam M. All right, Sam, that's a great question. I'm getting a lot of requests about Reef, all right, and about Olympus and time. So here's what I got told about Olympus when it first came out. Okay, this is the daily chart. I got told that this was not a good coin for technical analysis because of the way Olympus works. Okay, so that's fine. So let's just look at the chart and talk about it. What is this coin? It's a part of a new form of DeFi. You sold ETH to somebody and they gave you this coin and a hefty interest rate. And now people are starting to come to me and say, can you chart this? What the F is going on? And I looked at Wonderland on a different chart system before I started the stream. So because I'm an old guy and I've been through multiple crises in multiple financial, different financial sort of setups, I will say this about DeFi 2.0. The test of any financial system doesn't come when it's going up and everyone's printing money. The test of a new form of DeFi or a new form of finance comes when they shake the tree, when the market goes down, right? So this is experimental. You're obviously getting paid to be in the experiment because yield is high. But the question is, if there's a puke in the market over the next 3 weeks, are you prepared to live with the risk? It's as simple as that. Now, how do you risk manage in this environment? I don't know. But if you FOMO'd into it, okay, you're going to have to get your head straight that all new things get tested, right? Is this going to pass the test? I actually don't know because this is not something for a technical analyst. But I have been around to see new forms of finance and I've come and go. So just make sure that you know what you're doing when it comes to Olympus and time. Okay, I've had a bunch of people asking about Reef, and I want to let you know that I do hear you. So today we're going to do some Reef. Now, this is like everything else. And I bet if I sat here and took questions for 2 hours, that most of the coins that people asking about are coins that are at support or headed for support from either July, September, etc., and they're waiting for the bounce. Like, why is my coin going down? ETH is holding, but my portfolio is rotting. The same thing's going on in equities. So, I mean, REEF, it's okay near, like, I don't know, sort of like 0.018. So it's not the end of the world, but it does look like people are hammering this, taking profits or taking losses, right? Because it's basically down and every uptick is getting sold. So here's how I would say it differently. When you look at a chart, when I'm not around, ask yourself, who's in charge, the buyers or the sellers? In REEF, the sellers are in charge, right? Now, we could turn around on Monday and this could be a whole different story, right? The Fed may come out and say, you know what, just kidding on taper. We don't want the market to blow up at Christmas. Okay. But in the meantime, sellers are in control, okay? Right? Reese Wolf is reminding me that Apple just reached an all-time high. Yes, Apple is holding up the entire market. Wow. Okay. Javin wants to know, any thoughts on SHEEP? You know, I never talk about meme coins. So you know what? Why don't we talk about meme coins? Now, SHEEP here, okay, so there's 4 zeros in front of it. 37.05, SHEEP is holding just below its 62% retracement. This is very tricky, right? Consolidation below resistance is normally a good thing. It has been all year. So it's kind of like, you know, bulls are not asserting themselves, but this doesn't look like bears have complete control either. So the question is this: are hedge funds short SHEEP? Can they get squeezed out? Maybe. Okay. Is SHEEP something that I'd be speculating in a market that's kind of going down? No. Right? I'd wait for the buyers to prove themselves, but believe it or not, it's a weird world where SHEEP on a comparative basis looks better than DeFi 1.0. And of course, the sick, twisted comedy of the market in 2021, it'd be kind of funny if meme coins actually went up as the market went down. So that's not investment advice and it's not a prediction, okay? Check yourself if you've got losses in a position and you're hoping it comes back. Hope is not a tactic. All right, folks. We appreciate your business, Token Metrics customers. I appreciate your viewership. Please like and subscribe to this channel. All right. When Token Metrics quarterly altcoin report for subscribers, the writers are working on it and it is coming soon. All right. Neil says, I feel like the bull market is ending soon. Okay. All I can say on that is make sure you manage risk accordingly. Okay. Requests are pouring in. Wild Ocean, I hear you. I will try to get those in on Monday when we do altcoin overtime. In the meantime, that's it for today. All right. Like and subscribe to the Token Metrics YouTube channel. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to make money in crypto, or you need to stay out of the way of a down wave, we have analysts at tokenmetrics.com that can help you. It's worth the investment. So this is Bill Noble signing off. I will be here on Monday.